Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. We've got beautiful homes for sale in your area. We've got every home that's for sale in our area available on our website at StephenCooley.com. So please visit us there. You can also ask a question on our website that we'll answer on the TV show. Today we're going to talk about investing in real estate. We get this question quite often, and we've got the answers whether you're looking at flipping property or being a landlord and owning rental houses. We've got the answers. So you definitely want to stay tuned for that, and we'll be right back.
This presentation of the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show is sponsored by South Carolina Bank and Trust. We believe in South Carolina.
Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. I've got Julie Storm back on the show today. Welcome back to the show, Julie.
Stephen, always a pleasure to be here.
Today I wanted to talk about, I get this phone call almost on a daily basis from our clients about investing in real estate. Not your primary home, but investing in real estate just like you would stock and other things. So I wanted to talk about that today.
I know that in the past that was a huge thing, and people were flipping properties and doing all sorts of stuff with that. So is that still a good idea?
Well, the good news is back then, if you even an investor bought a foreclosure or a great deal, it was still like a 90-95% to purchase price. Now you're seeing some properties that are 50% off. And so, yes, your base for getting in these properties is better than it's ever been. And so it is still a good time. We typically have two types of investors. We have people who want to flip property, that's buy it, fix it up, resell it, and then we have people who want to buy a property and rent it out and become a landlord. And so those are two totally different animals, two totally different entities.
Well, let's talk about maybe the first one about flipping the house.
Absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Flipping a property can work. It was very successful and popular back in the boom because you could buy it and prices were escalating. Right now prices are staying very level, if not still declining a little bit. The number one thing about flipping properties, are you going to use your own money or are you going to go to a bank and get the money? Banks do not want to lend on flipping properties right now. If you've got private money, you can borrow money from family. If you've got your own money to put in the property, the cost of acquiring a loan is very expensive. Over the life of a 30-year loan, it really doesn't matter, but the cost of acquiring a loan and you're going to sell the property in a few months is very expensive. Can the neighborhood the property in carry the new price? What's the most expensive sale in the last 6 or 8 months in the neighborhood? That's the most you're going to get for this property. You know, if you get in there and overdo it, the neighborhood's not going to carry it. Are there other deals? Just because the home used to be worth $100,000 and you get it for 50 or 60, maybe the whole neighborhood's only worth 50 or 60 now.
Well, how do you find out what the neighborhood's worth?
Come to a good, qualified professional realtor. We'll give you the comps in the neighborhood. We'll do a market analysis on the property you're looking at. We do help people flip, and I still have successful flippers as clients right now.
And those comps are usually, as you said, within the last 6 to 8 months.
You want to look to see what's going on, not 2 years ago, but in the last 6 or 8 months. What are the current listings in the neighborhood? Are they vacant homes in the neighborhood that look like they're being foreclosed on? How are the yards being maintained? That's often a sign of more foreclosures to come. You've got to look at what you pay for the property, the carrying cost, how long you own it. You've got to look at the payments on the loan. You've got to look at taxes, insurance, the repairs, the improvements, and all that has to come out of the new price you offer, real estate commission, and then sometimes there's a profit. But sometimes you take that $5,000 profit that you have to pay taxes on, and you realize you've worked for less than minimum wage.
Wow.
And so you just got to look at all those things, and we can really assist people in that. And the reason that you see 80% of the flippers out of the market right now is they can't look at all these fine numbers, and the ones that still do that, and they're very picky, are still making money. So that is flipping property. The other option for investment is to rent property out, whether it's residential or commercial. And I guess the first thing that I would tell people is that I own 30 rental homes. It is my retirement. I bought 2 little $50,000 houses when my daughter was born. She's 19. They're fully paying for her college education, and I still own the properties. I did not sell them. So there's definitely a very successful way to own investment property, and it'd be a college nest egg. It'd be a retirement plan. These 2 little houses are going to do both. They're going to pay for her, and then 20 years from now, they're going to be my retirement again.
Right.
So I can explain to people on a one-on-one basis how you can do that. But when you look at rental property, you need to decide if you want to be in the landlord business. You need to go to the South Carolina Real Estate Commissioner's website and read what rights a tenant has.
Okay.
When you sign a lease and give them the keys, they have rights to that home that you've given up as the owner. If you go without heat and it's below freezing, you've got to put them up in a hotel. You know, if the house catches on fire and they can't egress out of the home, if the smoke detectors don't go off, you are held liable as a landlord. So there's a lot of landlord-tenant rights that you need to fully understand if you're going to own rental property. You need to have really good insurance, and then an umbrella policy on top of that insurance. Don't be a landlord by default. Just because you can't sell a home, don't be a landlord. Are you staying in the area? Rental property is very hard to manage when you leave town. Buy property on your beaten path that you pass by a few times a week. Don't buy something 20 miles out that you never go by because you won't go visit it. And checking on your property is very important. Make sure that you understand that taxes really go up when it's not your primary residence. You've got taxes, insurance, the payment, the maintenance, vacant time, and you got to calculate all that to make sure that that payment each month will cover it. And so we have very successful people doing these items. These are just some things that are often overlooked by new people getting into the business.
So it's almost like a formula with both ones. I mean, you really have to plug the numbers in and weigh it all out.
Absolutely.
Find out if there's an actual profit at the
end. And flipping is short term. A rental home, you need to plan on owning for 20 years.
20 years. Okay.
So there's your information on investing in real estate. If you've got more questions about it, give us a call here. We can work with people one-on-one. Our number is 803-985-1240.
Great information, Stephen. That is, I'm sure, on a lot of people's minds with a lot of properties being
Again, we
out
get
there.
that call almost every day. We've got beautiful homes for sale in your area on today's show. Please stay tuned.